And Steve Hitchcock is next after Stephen Hitchcock.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate the invitation, and thank you for the panel members for taking the time and time out of your normal lives to hopefully make change in this area. Unlike some people that have been associated with this is relatively new to me. I've learned the good, the bad, the ugly in a very short period of time. I'm a real estate broker by trade. I own my own firm in Pinellas County, but I've also started a 501c with some people in this room effective May 1st to try to foster change, to try to find reform. We were very active in writing the FREE Act that a lot of you know about. We worked on that with Charlie Crist's office. It's also supported as a bipartisan bill with Nancy Mace. And you know, we've had a lot of good bills. We've had a lot of good legislature passed. We've had a lot of things that we're very concerned about as far as July 1st, that there'll be less transparency, and that's not the direction that we want to go. You know, there's no reason to hide anything that should be visible. And it's not about HIPAA, and it's not about people's personal privacy. The ward or the potential incapacitated person can make that decision. I suggest that there be an affidavit that the person signed the very first day that they're contacted by DCF or a complaint is made to a bank or to a neighbor, that they understand at that point what the 12 rights are that they have at risk. You know, do they need ADA accommodations? A lot of the things that we've talked about today, do you have advanced directives? Do you have a family member that you want to have advocate for you? All those things should be explained on one piece of paper to that person at that day, and that guardian advocate stays with that person through the entire process, so that those hearings are not closed when they request that they be open, that they do have a voice, that the judge actually asks them, what do you want to have happen? What are your goals? My mother passed away November 9th, 2019. She was blind and was in a nursing home for 5 years. My parents lived with me for many periods of time when they'd get out of the hospital and would need home health care. It got to the point that that was beyond what was my mother's needs and to keep her safe. And my father and I helped my mother for the 5 years of that time. I hired a staff of 4 people, and I was there with my mom almost every day. I take care of my father, and I take care of my mother's 90-year-old sister. I was the person that was tasked as being a potential exploiter. I'm a potential isolator. There's always a family member that lives out of state that has no direct involvement with the care of these people. My parents' attorney was Mary McManus Taylor, and she referred them to David Ellis, who is now a judge. But yet, their advanced directives did not stand up in court. Their wishes do not stand up in court. We should be the poster child for what you do to prevent this from happening. And yet, my father was still stripped of his DPOA just because I have a nasty brother that lied and had lawyers that would lie. And then still, my father's rights weren't restored, and we're going to challenge that. And one last thing, I've taken to the second DCA the language, and I appreciate, Judge, you saying that the person does have the right to substitute their counsel, but we pay and we waste money fighting in the second DCA for language that's so fundamental and so basic, because the judges and the courts won't even follow the legislature. So it's not just about changing the laws and the bills, it's about following them and doing the right thing. And let's always make every decision based on what truly is in the best interest of the ward. It's that simple. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Melendy. Mr. Hitchcock has waived his time.